Old Jacksonvilles aren't very common in this side of the country, and while I like them, they're not one of my all-time favorite fans, so I've never really sought out to try to get any. I have a couple, but I lucked out and happened upon this here. It was given to me by somebody in Texas that actually just sent it to me. I have the switch housing cap off. We'll get to that in a second. It also came with a cool 5-light kit. Anyhow, take a look at this. The blades that came on it have stencil that we would typically identify as being homestead stencil. I'm trying to see if I can get it in there without the lights. Old Jacksonville had their own distinctive stencil. That's what I call homestead stencil. I think there's another set. Well, maybe it's a little different. Let's see. Is it the same or is that different? No, that's the same. So, I'm noticing a lot of similarities between this, which is an earlier Old Jacksonville, and the earlier homesteads. Not just the stencil. The way the motor mounts in the housing is the same. The way the housing fits together is the same. A lot of similarities. This fan came out of a house that had 2 of these and 1 of those ornate fans that we've been calling Key Largos, but we've somewhat discovered that maybe they're not Key Largos after all. And also a lot of similarity there. Those motors mount the same way and have a similar downrod and canopy. So I'm starting to wonder if maybe those ornate fans are very early Old Jacksonvilles. Only reason I'm not sure about that is because those ornate fans turn up here from time to time, and Old Jacksonvilles do not. So, who knows? Other thing I thought was interesting is that this fan's downrod and mounting bracket, here's the mounting bracket here, it's hanging on a Casablanca bracket, are identical to that in the ornate patent that I recently got. So there's a connection there too. Anyhow, what we're going to do in this video is we're going to set the low speed trim. I'm going to talk about how to do that. Okay, it's on high right now, so let's turn the variable speed knob all the way down. And I haven't touched it. This is just how it came. Any good variable speed control will have a low speed trim, whether it's a wall control or control in the fan. Some of them are without it, but it's much better to have one that includes it. And we're going to talk about how to set it. For most people that should be pretty intuitive, but not for everybody, so I figured since I wanted to do a video of this fan and the low speed trim needed to be set, I figured let's do it. So let's just see if the fan's going to keep going. I've turned it all the way to low. Haven't done anything to the bearings in this motor, but they seem to be good. Not noticing any bearing noise, and they're not stiff at all. So that's pretty cool. Okay, so the low speed trim is set too low on this because when you turn it all the way to the lowest setting, the fan stops. Low speed trim is just basically another rotary control inside the control. Let's see if you can get a pic of it there. And you have to adjust it with a screwdriver. In a wall control, it'll look similar. It'll just be on the front of the control. So I'm going to turn this. I've got a little eyeglass screwdriver here. And I'm going to turn it. And I turned it just a little bit, and now the fan starts. So I'm going to turn it back just a little bit. It can be very sensitive. Okay, well that... Okay, let's turn it back some. I'm gradually turning it, okay, until the fan starts. And once the fan starts, I turn it back just a little bit. Because it can be very sensitive. I'm going to turn it off with the string. Let's see if it starts. Okay, now it does, so then I'm going to turn it again to just a little bit slower. and see if it starts with the chain. Nope. So we need to go just a hair. The idea is you want the low speed trim set to the very slowest setting that the fan will start from an off position without stalling. So it seems as though maybe we found it there. That's pretty slow. I, of course, have to double check several times because I want it to be at the very slowest speed possible. So once again, let's tweak it just a little bit slower. And then try again. Nope. So then just even the slightest hair in the faster direction. Started there for a second, and then it stalled out, so it needs just another tick. Just a little bit more. Well, that pull chain's pretty loose. That's something I'll fix before the... One more. I feel like I did maybe too far that time. I will do this for quite some time, just making sure it's at the sweet spot. Oh, so that was the sweet spot right there, that last one. Okay. Well, tomorrow I will do a video with the amp meter and we'll show it on various speeds. We can do a little preview now. But tomorrow's video will have the amp meter. So that's low. Was that all the way on the slowest speed? Yep. Quarter turn. Another quarter turn. Another quarter turn. All the way to high. I forgot to turn off the dehumidifier. You just heard it kick in. Sometimes I usually turn that off for videos. Tomorrow's video will not have the dehumidifier, hopefully. And it will have the amp meter. And the fan will have the switch cap on it. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to include the 5-light kit or not. Normally when I include the 5-light kit, I like to put bulbs in glass. I don't want to have to go through all that here, but I might just put the light kit on it without the bulbs in glass. Bottom of the fan says Old Jacksonville by Nichols Kusan, and on the top of the fan it simply says Nichols Kusan. It doesn't say anything about Old Jacksonville. Like Casablanca, this has a pull chain that allows you to do fan, light, light and fan off. Okay, thanks for watching.